Suck on my dick, suck on my penis. Do 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 do. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright. It's time for more of that Trails from Trash. Alright guys, so it's time for some more of Trails from Zero. It's been a few days, but on the last stream we did some more of Chapter 4. It was really just a plethora of side quests, and we investigated that tower near Maine's tunnel. And now we have a request from the mayor of Maine's himself, which we're going to right now actually. Excuse us, it's the special support section. Yes, I've been waiting for you all. Apologies for making you come all this way. Truth be told, I intended to go see you in the city, but please don't worry about that. We were in the area, so stopping by wasn't an inconvenience or anything. So, would you mind explaining the support request to us? Of course, please take a seat. I'll pour some tea, just 1 second. I see. In summary, one of your miners, Gantz, traveled to Crossbell City almost 2 weeks ago, and he hasn't come back since. Yes, precisely. You see, he's a gambler at heart. People have even told me that he would go to the city's entertainment district on weekends to gamble at the casino. The fact that he hasn't contacted anyone for two whole weeks has us worried. Everyone around town is wondering where he's gone off to, or if something has happened to him. That's certainly strange. There may have been some specific reason he hasn't returned, such as being involved in an accident. At the very least, I hope he wasn't attacked by the monsters that have started to appear on the city outskirts. What if the miner is just a damn good gambler? A guy can make a killing in the casino if he plays his cards right. If I were him and that happened, I'd be chilling in Michelin with the drink in one hand and the other around a pretty lazy waist. Yeah, I doubt that's the case. For starters, he isn't you. Ryan makes a valid point about gambling, though. We cannot ignore the possibility. I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't see that happening. Why is that? You see, you said he loves to gamble. Are there any other relevant qualities of him that we should know about? Haha, well, Gaz is the least serious person I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, but while he may love gambling to death, he's absolutely horrible at it. On top of that, he's got the luck of a man who would kneel over from a splinter. Every time he comes home, his wallet is as dry as a desert. I see. In that case, he might take some cash in the lottery, but without any real skill, I doubt he'd win much in a poker game. Perhaps he took out some of Mira and ran off before the loan sharks could catch him. Well, that's another possibility. That was actually one of the scenarios we considered before you arrived. Though if that was true, I think we'd have heard from him by now. Understood, Mayor Bixen. You could leave finding Gans to us. For now, we'll start with investigating the casino and other places he may have visited. Thank you, Lloyd. I'll leave this matter in your hands then. If you learn anything, could you contact my house by phone? Of course, sir. Let me write down your phone number while I'm here. It's already evening. It's probably about time we head back to Crossbow City. We still need to gather more information before the day is done, so yes, we should return before it gets dark. Could you give us a ride, Noelle? Yes, of course. Hop in and we'll move out. Alright. Oh yeah, so we're gonna unequip Noelle here because she's about to leave on the party. Thanks for your help today, everyone. Hi there, Broseph. Trust me, I plan to return the favor as soon as I can. I think you're giving us too much credit here, Sergeant Major. Yeah, dude, we should be thanking you for inviting us on this crazy adventure. Guys, what happened in the temple? I think we should contact Crossbow Cathedral and have them sort things out from here on. I concur. If the ruins are in fact related to an artifact, our hands are tied. Right. Hi there, Frodo. That'd make it the church's jurisdiction. Either way, I'll discuss things with the deputy commander and figure out what to do. So, are you guys going to start asking around the city now? Yep, starting with the casino. Could you contact us if the CGF learns anything? About Gans, you mean? Of course. Anyway, I'll let you guys get back to work now. Good luck. Huh, you too, Noelle. Well then, Randy. Oh yeah. Well then, ready to stop by the casino? Remember, we don't have too much time to waste. Let's go. There's still a lot we don't know about Gans. Well, what are we waiting for? To the entertainment district. All you really miss is that one of the guys in Maine's village hasn't returned, and they assume he went off to gamble. About time for business at the casino to really pick up. You guys, ready? Let's find ourselves a miner and hit the slots too. We're only going to doing one of those things, Randy. Considering we are undercover, there's absolutely zero reason for us to play. Agreed. Anyway, let's just stick with questioning employees and customers. Perhaps that will lead to some clue about Gans's whereabouts. Yeah. Bunch of killjoys. Alright, let's go upstairs. Good evening, everyone. Have you all come to play with Randy? No, not today. We actually want to ask you something. Missing? That's preposterous. You came here earlier, guy managed to make a killing too. Wait, really? And he was winning, you say? Come on, Drake, you must be thinking of something else, right? You see, we're looking for a miner from Maine's. I doubt he has the skill or intuition needed to stay afloat here. I assure you, I know the man. It all started about two weeks ago. It'd been a while since I last saw him, but I swear it was like he was a completely different person. Thanks to him, my dealers are in the middle of a losing streak. We've lost almost 500,000 mirror to him now. 500,000? That is an exorbitant amount of money. There's no frickin' way, man. He's gotta be cheating, right? As I'm sure you know, we are professionals. If someone was cheating, we would notice. And besides, he not only has shown incredible talent, but miraculously good luck as well. Everyone here would like to know how in the world he turned into a gambling phenom. Interesting. This is quite different from the story Mayor Bixen gave us. Excuse me, sir. Apparently Gant hasn't returned to Mainz yet. Do you have any idea where he's staying? Ah, yes. Last I heard, he's staying at the hotel across the street. The deluxe suite on the top floor, no less. Well, I guess he does have the mirror for it. Seriously though, that place is crazy expensive. In any case, I am surprised we were able to find him that easily. Likewise, we should go and pay him a visit. Alright, let's leave. It's already nighttime. We have to go speak with Gantz. Right. Let's head over to the hotel. The VIP rooms are on the top floor. Imagine hitting the jackpot and living the baller life in a 5-star hotel. Damn, I'm jealous as hell. Focus on the problem at hand, Randy. Alright, let's go up. And Gantz is at the very east end of the top floor here. Is that you, Randy? Oh my, long time no see. Aha, pleasure seeing you again. Who the hell are you people? Excuse us, sir, we're with the CPD. You must be Gant for Mainz. That's right. Ain't I met you somewhere before? Have we? I've recognized this man. Did we not save him from warhounds during the Mainz incident? Oh, you're right. That indeed was him. Huh, think I remember now. Y'all those kids from way back when, ain't ya? So, what you want? Well, we received a request from the Mayor of Mainz. A request to track you down. The Mayor's looking for me? Well, what for? Come on, man. You've been here for what, like 2 weeks without contacting anyone, yeah? Everyone's all worried about you. They thought you went missing. As such, we were requested to find you. Okay. Well, you found me. Congrats. So can you go ahead and buzz off now, eh? I ain't never going back to that hellhole for as long as I live. Why's that? For what reason? Ain't it obvious? I'm the greatest gambler the state has ever seen. And it ain't just my killer skill at the tables. Oh yeah. Lady Luck is my bitch too. Who the hell would want to go back to Mainz just to smash rocks all day long? Wait a second. Watch it. Are you sure that's what you want? Everybody's worried sick about you. You can at least contact the mayor and give him some peace. Shut up. Just shut up. You can't order me around like this, kid. Huh. Roam around at Barca and it'll be off to Michelin for me. Hey ladies, how about I take yous to that fancy schmancy resort this weekend? You can pick whatever you want from those boutiques they got too. Bill's on me. Wow, really? Teehee, we can't wait to go. Ain't much we can do about him. Dude's way too full of himself. Yeah, you're probably right. Regardless, we're still obligated to inform the mayor of the situation. It's not our right to force him to return to Mainz. Indeed, it was his own conscious decision. What's on your mind, Lloyd? You look like something's bothering you. Yeah, so here's the thing. He was just an amateur gambler who played casually. I doubt he's nearly lucky or sharp enough to be good. Yet somehow he's suddenly on multiple winning streaks. No matter how I analyze the situation, it doesn't add up. That's true. Yeah, that sure sounds fishy to me. You think he'd tell me all his tricks if I butter him up with a few drinks? Are you not already a skilled gambler, Randy? Only when I'm on a hot streak, my friend. Not a chance in hell I'd pull off wins for 2 consecutive weeks and win $500,000 Mira. Pretty sure you'd only be able to pull that off if you were skilled as Jack. Jack's a fictional character, Randy. Oh. The heck, you guys are still around? Whoa, take it down a notch, sweet cheeks. Can I ask you two honeys something real quick? I'm just a little curious about this Gans fellow in there. Go right ahead. Ooh, what is it? Is he involved in some sort of crime? Nah, it ain't nothing like that. Just wondering if he's always been such an arrogant jackass. Even with the few drinks he had, he laid the attitude on a bit thick, eh? Yeah, I can see what you mean. It's true. He wasn't nearly as cocky when he first started gambling. But as time went on, his victories began to feed his ego. Though we're just hostesses, so we don't really mind. Yeah, I see. So it's safe to say that the arrogance wasn't stemming from the alcohol, right? Personality aside, the man is something else. It's almost as if he could see through the cards while they were laid down. He must have razor sharp senses. No kidding. It's totally insane, to be honest. He even won straight up on bets at the roulette table too. You think he could read the dealer's mind? That does sound most impressive. Sounds more like a superpower rather than being perceptive. Damn it, why couldn't Adios have blessed me with such wonderful talents? Anyway, that's about all we know about Gans. Are we good to get back to work? Yep, you've been real helpful. Think I'll come see you, cuties again when I get some free time around here. Teehee, I won't get my hopes up, but I'll be waiting for you. Anyway, I'm going back to work now. In any case, we should convey this information to the mayor. Yeah, give me a second, I'll call him. Hello, this is Bixen speaking. Good evening, sir. This is Lloyd Fappings from the SS. Oh, you've called. Were you able to find any info on Gans? Well, about that. Lloyd explained everything that happened to Mayor Bixen. I am finding it hard to believe that such a thing has happened. A man like Gans striking riches from gambling and living in a luxury hotel? We tried to reason with him, but he refuses to return to Mainz. So we figured the least we could do was report the situation to you. Oh no, you've done exemplary work. If this is truly the case, then I shall make my way to the city tomorrow and speak with Gans directly. Thank you for your hard work. We're just doing our job, sir. If we can be of further assistance, then please don't hesitate to call us again. We'll keep helping if we can. Thank you. I'll be counting on you all. What'd the mayor say? Well, he was certainly surprised about Gans. He said he'd be coming to Crossbell tomorrow so he could speak to him. Doubt there's a better man for the job, to be honest. What's wrong, Tio? You've been quiet for a while now. Is something bothering you? No, not particularly. It was a long day, so I'm feeling a bit fatigued. No kidding. Investigating those ruins earlier took a toll on me. The sun has already set, so perhaps we should return home. Kia's awaiting our return, right? Indeed she is. It's as if my exhaustion is completely erased when I see her smile. Huh, I don't know if I go that far. I do get what you mean, though. Jeez. Talk about a group of doting parents, eh? Let's hurry on home and see our little kiddo. Alright. So there's actually an optional event at Arc NCL. We go to one of the rooms here. What the heck? What are you doing here, Lecter? Huh, isn't it obvious? I'm here to watch Ark and CL. Boy, I thought I wasn't gonna make it on time, so I started sprinting here. Huh, I feel you there, man. Wait, hold on a damn sec here. Aren't those seats for special guests? These seats shouldn't be available to the average person, no? Well, about that, can't I use Gramps' sweet benefits for my own enjoyment every once in a while? His behavior is incomprehensible. Hey, this looks like one comfy couch to me. I think I'll snooze until the show starts. Alright, let's head back now. Alright, let's go. Phew, we're home. Huh. I wish I could be as full of energy as you always are, Kia. Yep, I'm always ready to roll. You're late. Was there a lot of work today? More or less. Bet we would have keeled over if we didn't have that nice car to drive around in. I second that. Hey, Tio. You look super tired. Are you alright? Yes, I'll be fine. After all, seeing your cute face has re-energized my batteries, Kia. That's Kia for you. Huh, never seen that medicine that potent. Perhaps a Kia hug is stronger than a wonder drug. Thank you, Kia. I think I'm sufficiently recharged. I'm glad. Come to think of it, is the chief not home yet, Kia? The chief? Oh, he's over in his office. A visitor came by and he's still talking with him. A visitor? That's pretty rare, considering the time. Do you recall what he looked like? He's an old man with a big beard. He kind of reminds me of a bear. I think the chief called him something like a lawyer. Oh, Mr. Grimwood's here. Why is he stopping by so late? Shall we go greet him while we have the opportunity? I'll leave all that to you. I'm on kitchen duty tonight. You alright with cooking for everyone? If you want, I could take over for you tonight. No, I already made preps for dinner earlier. It should be almost ready. Kia, hold on for just a little while longer, okay? Oh, Tio. Can I help you with the food? Can I help you get the food ready? You want to? Well, then you'll be my sous chef. Excuse us? Hey, what took so long? Oh, sorry to be intruding when it's so late. So, it was Mr. Grimwood after all. It's not every day you decided to visit us. Yes, well, I had some matters to discuss with Sergey. Since I was in the neighborhood, I took the opportunity to stop by. Matters to discuss? Yeah, I'll cut to the heart of it. It's about Kia's identity. Oh, then, did you guys figure anything out? Unfortunately not. It seems that the request was also submitted to the guild, but I, at Sergey's behest, explored another possibility. Unfortunately, it wasn't... No, actually, I'm pleased to say the possibility I looked into was a bust. You were happy it was a bust. Right, it was pertaining to a story several years back. There were multiple cases of child abductions, primarily being focused in the Calvard Republic. Child abductions? Horrible. I'll omit the more unnecessary details, but it was a pretty massive scandal. Because Calvard wasn't the only country targeted. An international investigation team was created to get to the bottom of things. Each country's army, police forces, the Bracer Guild, you name it, everyone cooperated to put an end to that mess. That's crazy. It's the first I've heard of it. Same here. Since it was kept under wraps, it must have been pretty damn serious. Yes, eventually the case was closed. Due to its nature, in the end, the case was treated as strictly confidential. Only reason I know about it is because I was involved, serving as an advisor. Please hold on a second. They're saying there's a chance Kia could be one of the victims from this whole abduction incident. I thought the same thing, so I searched through the case records again. To my relief, I wasn't able to find any children who matched Kia's description. For the record, the men responsible for those horrors were almost all arrested, and the rest committed suicide. Today, I simply came to inform Sergei of my findings. I see. I'm relieved that Kia wasn't a part of that, but the fact that it actually happened. I would have ended up telling you about this all eventually. Anyway, we're back to square one with Kia. Well, no skin off our back, right? Just gotta keep looking after the kiddo until we find one of her relatives. Right, I'd appreciate it if you kept sheltering the child here. But in case we can't end up finding a relative, we should consider entrusting her to a foster family or to a church orphanage. Hold on, but you all need to wrap your heads around those possibilities. Adopting a kid and properly raising them, that's not something you could jump into half-assed. No matter how adorable she may be. That might be true. It's probably a bit more difficult than taking in a stray kin or something. I'm sorry everyone, sounds like I brought down the mood a bit. You all just returned from a long day of work, correct? I imagine you have a report to finish, so it's about time I excuse myself. No, please wait. The truth is, there is something we were planning on consulting you about. Oh, with me? Yes, actually. So you are working on a missing persons case. Huh, sounds like a job for the SSS, alright. It didn't seem like anything illegal was going on, so we just left him how he was. I wonder if we should have tried a little harder to get him home. Oh, well, that's a complicated situation. If Bracer tried to, there's a possibility that he'd listen to reason, or at least negotiate, but if a police officer tried to pull that move, odds are that the whole situation could turn into a giant fiasco. It's a pretty thin demarcation. I was afraid you'd say that. Guy was old enough to make his own decisions, so unfortunately it's none of our business. If he were just some brat, we could have given him a spanking and taken him home. That's true. However, you mentioned he gained gambling skill, luck, and intuition like he was a different man. Ian, something about this rubbed you the wrong way. Well, it might just be a coincidence, but lately, 2 other similar stories have come to my attention. No kidding. You telling me there's not 1 but 3 lucky bastards who hit the jackpot? No, it's a bit different. The stories I heard about involve a stockbroker who works for a securities firm and the manager of a trading company. Recently, both companies sustained heavy losses and were almost in the red, but in the last few days, they seem to have experienced an incredible rebound. I could hardly believe it until I saw the numbers. Especially that stockbroker. The story goes that he bought and sold stocks with unprecedented luck and intuition as if he could see the future. Sounds pretty familiar. Don't worry, I'm sure it's only a coincidence. From what I've heard, their attitudes have changed in addition to their skills. They've supposedly become extremely arrogant. That tidbit piqued my interest. That's certainly strange. Hey, Ian. Any chance you know the backgrounds of those two? You know, I feel like Ellie's dialogue, she says, that's definitely strange, like... I feel like that's like a trademark line of hers. Not yet. But if you're interested, I can start researching right away. You want to check the possible ties, I presume? Yes, if possible. Something catch your attention, Chief? While you're in this business, Lloyd, it never hurts to have all the info you can. It's as simple as that. I understand. Guy told me something like that too. That the decisive factors in an investigation are intuition and the info you uncover. Well then, I'll get out of your way now. If you ever have anything bothering you, don't hesitate to stop by at my office. I'll do everything in my power to help you out. Thank you very much, Mr. Grimwood. When the time comes, we'll come knocking. Ravesh managed to recover their smuggling routes. Yes, sir. 3 of the routes we decimated over the last week have already been reorganized. We've been trying to impede them, but their resilience was most unexpected. Huh, how curious. I was led to believe that they didn't have the manpower to accomplish such a thing. Did their boss finally involve himself in their restoration efforts? That's the strangest part. The killing bear was nowhere to be found. This appeared to solely be the work of subordinates. The reports state that they only brought enough for a small army. Not only that, but there were no warhounds present either. How interesting. Now I'm even more curious. Had this been a battle of numbers, Heiwei should have come out victorious. Did they employ those Reinford heavy machine guns, perhaps? Take a quick screenshot of that. Alright. It's weird for my PC, like, sometimes I have to Alt-Tab, or... Because, like, usually I'm able to, like, just press the Windows key, and I can just switch to a new window. But sometimes that doesn't work, and I have to hold Alt-Tab. I don't know, it's a little weird. Yes, actually, their main forces appear to have been armed with them. However, the report also mentions that their battle prowess has skyrocketed. Interesting. I get the impression that Dom Marconi is trying his damnedest to appease the speaker and quell his rage. I don't recall any new reports of Jaegers being employed or any training exercises being held either. Very peculiar indeed. Are you implying that they've acquired a trump card from right under our noses? Precisely. When comparing our respective trump cards, I get the feeling that theirs is extraordinary. Much like Master Yin, I believe that theirs is a wild card. One that could turn the tides of battle at a moment's notice. Damn now, what in the world is it then? What was that? Ah, yes. Speak of the devil and he shall come. We've got a big problem on our hands. A group of men draped in black are unloading rounds into the building. Ravesh, I think. There's about 10 of them, and the killing bear isn't one of them. There are only 10 measly grunts? Hurry up and finish them off then. And don't worry about the police, this is self-defense, so anything goes. Well, the thing is, those guys aren't human, I'm telling you. They're holding massive machine guns with just one hand. The first floor has been breached. It's only a matter of time before they reach us, sir. Damn it. If only Master Yin was here. Oh dear. I don't think I'll be able to outwit them in a barbaric situation like this. Master Cow, you don't mean... We're leaving, Lao. Rely on Yin for a petty squabble like this would be a stain on Heiwei's name. Come, let us demonstrate our might as the conquerors of the Eastern Quarter. And that's the end of day 1. This girl is full of surprises. You're telling me that Kia cooked all of these sunny-side-up eggs for us? She sure did. Her technique was so good that I found myself taking mental notes while watching. Fried eggs with a bit of runny yolk. Oh, with a bit of runny yolk. Nice. Get a little of this bacon too. It's like perfectly crisp. She does seem to have quite the knack for the culinary arts. Yesterday's cream stew was basically her own creation. Are you sure you haven't had any prior cooking experience, Kia? I don't know, maybe. Whenever I cook, it's like my hands are moving on their own. Well, I guess it's true that cooking is more through personal experience than anything else, but the fact that she's this talented at her age is pretty amazing. Hey T, I was wondering, do you feel okay today? You look fine as far as I can tell. But don't you think it's better to take off the day and rest? No, I'm fine. After all, I went to bed quite a bit earlier than usual yesterday. You can if need be. I don't think we have any urgent requests to take care of, so we could always wait and see how you're feeling. A call. Pretty early for that, ain't it? Is it Fran? I'll check. Hello, this is Lloyd Fappings of the Special Support. Yeah, I know already. Now, where the heck are you? What are you doing right now? Yona. Wow, I wasn't expecting a night owl like yourself to be awake this early in the morning. Huh, implying I didn't pull an all-nighter. But enough about that, it doesn't matter. From how carefree you sound, I bet you don't know anything at all, right? Don't know about what exactly? So you don't know. Well then, I, the great and brilliant Yona, will do you a favor. In dead of night yesterday, well technically today, I guess, but that's besides the point. Either way, Hayway's office building was raided by someone. What? They were caught completely off guard, too. No offense, all defense, you know. Apparently, they took some serious damage. If you ask me, it'd have to be by one of those Ravesh guys. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Thanks for the heads up, Yona. Haha, you owe me one, Lloyd. That was Yona. Yes, something crazy's popped up. Is that really true, Lloyd? That's freaking insane. It's bold to pull off such a thing in the city, even if it was in the middle of the night. What? Interesting developments. If true, I bet anything that the 1st Division has already jumped on the case. If it bothers you that much, go check it out. But only after you finish eating. Will do, sir? Alright, will you be good to go, Tio? Yes, of course. We could walk over to the harbor district after we finish our breakfast. Alright. So there is actually no new side quest, which is actually pretty nice after how long the first day was. So there are a couple of optional events though, which we're going to do first. Let's head over to Grimoire's law offices. Oh, up and at it early this morning, aren't we? Has something happened? If you need to discuss anything, feel free to take a seat. No, actually, sir, we have reports that Hayway Trading Company was raided by an unknown group of assailants. By ADOs, is that true? We're on our way to check it out right now, actually. Everything we've heard points to Ravesh being our approach, though. An attack like that in the harbor? I can't say I understand what was going through their heads. Ravesh, that is. I can comprehend while wanting to attack their main competitor, but something about this sounds sloppy, as if it wasn't planned. We were actually thinking the same thing. Nothing about this suggests the beginning of a full-fledged war between the mafias. Either way, we need to be cautious. I have no doubt that businesses are going to flock to the office once they've heard the news. With luck, they'll tell me something useful. Thank you, sir. Honestly, I don't think we've ever stopped by without owing you another favor. Head over to the apartments now. Oh, Tio. Yes, what is it? You've got a weary look on your face, so I thought you might be exhausted. Is that my imagination? Are you okay? I think it's just a bit of fatigue from investigating the Moon Temple yesterday. I may have strained myself a bit too much. Tio Tot's always saving us with her perceptive abilities. Yeah, she's helped us more times than I can count. Try not to push yourself too hard, okay? Yes, I understand. Alright, East Street now. To the Bracer Guild. The SSS boys are back again, eh? So you've all come. Have you already heard the news? Yeah, I assume that means you're already well aware then. Well, yeah. We contacted everybody in the branch already, so they're gathered on the 2nd floor. Gotta prepare ourselves for the possibility of a war between the two organizations. It's just as I feared. Damn. The police are slacking compared to you guys. I'd have much to offer in words, but know that our procedures are much different from yours. We've got our own way of handling an emergency, as I'm sure you do too. I think you'll be able to handle it if you conduct yourselves in the usual manner. Good to know, thanks. Oh, you guys came. You hear about the big news about Hayway already? Yeah, we've already started conducting our investigation. Actually, I just noticed. Haven't all the bracers gathered here? I see the Divine Blade of Wind is downstairs. He's truly a sight to behold. Yeah, they contacted all of us on our enigmas this morning, and that's why we've all gathered on such short notice. Damn, you guys are way too coordinated. Are you sure you're just not a bunch of slackers? But anyway, Purvey sure left one heck of a mess for us to clean up. You said it, sister. Sure, there might be less people there at night, but civilians still could have gotten all caught up in their mess. I'm so pissed at the Mafia. I can't wait to rearrange their faces with my staff. Fucking Estelle. That's a pretty good line as well. Alrighty. I'm back outside. To Residential Street. Yeah, we got some dialogue with Yona at the Geofront. I think I glitched the game. Oh no, okay, cool. So, how is Hayway looking? Pretty nasty, I bet. Well, we were about to go check it out. Come on, man. Now's not the time to be chilling here. Go! My customers don't like waiting for info, you know. So we're just planning to circulate the details after we work for him, eh? Yona, think carefully about your response. Oh, well... I just want to earn back a little Mira. Those info fees are killer. Come on, I'm just looking out for my livelihood. This boy hasn't been disciplined once in his life, has he? Yeah, now to the back alley. To Probation's HQ at the back here. Security seems pretty tight today. Yeah, and they're all a little more pissed off than I'd imagined. Well, they did just raid Hayway. They're probably on edge worrying about possible retaliation. I sense a great deal of tension and pain radiating throughout the alley. I would advise against approaching them. This place is a mess. Our raid will do that. Yep, this confirms it. I'm seeing traces of heavy weaponry all over. At least they didn't resort to blowing it up with explosives. Oh, I see. You guys are on the scene too. Hey, Franz, how's the situation looking? We rushed out here as soon as we heard the news. I don't know much yet. All I've heard is that shots were fired in the middle of the night. Dudley and the others are in the middle of conducting an investigation. It sounds like the 1st Division took on the case immediately. While they are highly coordinated, we'd like to ask the members of Hayway some questions. Do you mind letting us inside? I suppose I could. I was only told to not let civilians pass through here. You'll have to make up an excuse to Dudley for me, though. Of course, thanks for helping us out. Alright. Let's step inside. Cal, my apologies for intruding on you. We wish to collaborate with you, so would you be willing to share details of the raid with us? You'll have to forgive me, after all, it was late into the night. I have the foggiest idea of whom the assailants may be or why they targeted our humble company. Even so, it appears you were able to mount an efficient defense. The 1st and 2nd floors are devastated, yet this room remains spotless. How in the world were you able to fend off assailants armed with heavy machine guns? I'll admit it was tricky. However, we managed to escape the clutches of these assailants for the most part. Many of our men were sent to Saint Ursula. Dear, oh dear, what a disaster! You have my condolences if you'll excuse us. You four. What's the special support section doing here? Why, good morning, Detective Fappings. I see the rest of you are in attendance too. Pardon our interruption, Cal. I know you're busy with the aftermath of the raid, but could I borrow a minute of your time? Anything for you, my friend. If you'll excuse us, then Dudley, I appreciate you having stopped by. Damn, we'll step aside then. This irritates me to no end, but I'm leaving this snake to you. Try to get what you can out of him. Yes, sir. It's been quite some time, my friends. I hear you all have had quite the adventure on the final day of the anniversary festival, correct? I'm assuming Yin has already informed you. As you know, the special support section doesn't follow conventional investigative protocol. And with that in mind, how about you go ahead and tell us your true intentions? Oh, what's this? Lloyd going Chad mode again? There's no point in wasting our time with his usual song and dance. Not only that, but we have a lot of ground to cover with Cal. I figured he'd get straight to the points. Let me take a screenshot of this, backlog here. This is that's pretty much Lloyd's whole character for this game. Jesus Christ. Oh, I clicked on that by accident. Okay, cool. Whoa, Lloyd, pretty gutsy move, eh? I'm surprised, Lloyd. It's rare to see you act so audaciously. Exactly as I had anticipated, Mr. Fappings. I had seen this coming from the beginning. Very well, I'm not particularly fond of trivial exchanges anyway. If your questions are within the realm of my knowledge, I will provide the answers you seek. Thank you, Cal. I want to ask you about these three topics. Are you positive Ravache is behind last night's raid? Can you say for certain that the attack wasn't carried out by a third party? I highly doubt it was anyone other than Ravache. If you would elaborate for them, Lau. Sir. The assailants may have been masked to conceal their identities, but there's no doubt it was Ravache's men. Their weapons and combat style were identical to Ravache. Simpletons like them are incapable of using basic techniques to conceal their identities. I see, that makes sense to me. In that case, something's still rubbing me the wrong way. I hear you Heiwei dudes are all pretty damn good martial artists. Your main man Lau here looks like he could hand out beatings left and right. You flatter me. Though on the other hand, Ravache ain't no slouch either when it comes to combat. They're about on par with you guys, right? So then how do you guys get trashed so hard by a handful of their thugs? Was that old Killing Bear leading the charge or something? No, I don't believe he participated in the attack. Neither did his right-hand men for that matter. We believe Ravache's combat personnel to be behind the attack. If that's the case, then how? Though their techniques were simple, their speed and power were beyond comprehension. They were able to brandish those heavy machine guns single-handedly. Our defenses were easily crushed by their unnatural strength. They overtook the first two floors with ease. No fooling. It wasn't only limited to their power and speed either, they had inhuman endurance as well, and thanks to that, they were able to execute a few dangerous techniques. Dangerous techniques? Like what? You seem pretty knowledgeable about combat yourself, Cal. I am nothing but an amateur compared to Master Yin. I'll get straight to the point, Cal. How do you plan to respond to their raid? Oh, what kind of question is that? Take a moment to ponder what kind of organization HAOA is. You found your answer, correct? So you're after revenge. Oh, please, keep such scandalous rumors to yourself. I have been merely referring to crisis management. At the end of the day, we only seek profits. And in situations where our profits are threatened, it is my sworn duty to crush our antagonizers through the appropriate methods. I fail to see what's so strange about that. Yeah? What an annoyingly shrewd man. Does requesting assistance from HAOA's main office lie among those proper methods? Ah. He's calling in the big guns from HAOA's main office. Awfully blunt, aren't we? My pride's at stake here. I have no such plans at this moment. Furthermore, there is no guarantee the main office will respect my wishes. They may intervene regardless. Well, I should be able to stave off direct intervention for a little while at least. Either way, we lack the proper knowledge of Ravage's current state, so we don't have an effective countermeasure for them. We're simply investigating their movements for the time being. Through our most reliable and cooperative employee, in fact. You requested Yin's assistance. He's the best of the best for these kind of undercover missions, yeah? This isn't directly related to the case in question, but I figured I'd ask you while I'm already here. Do you really not know anything about Kia? Are you sure, Lloyd? Oh, Kia, you said. Is that person's name, or perhaps a kind of code? Forgive me for speaking out loud. You're more serious than I expected. All I know is that Kia is the name of that little girl you took into custody after the Schwarz auction. Well, and that our dear collaborator offered you a small piece of advice there. A large leather trunk will be exhibited in the second half of the auction. Inside of the trunk is a bomb which will only serve to jeopardize Ravage's position. We were able to receive that piece of info via our own networks. We've had no means of discerning who this informant was as of yet. However, in some ways that only made it more credible. We wanted to be certain, so we asked our dear Master Yin to go check on it. Even in my wildest dreams, I never expected the true identity of the bomb to appear in the form it did. Damn. Looks like he's gonna feign ignorance until the very end. Let's assume you're telling the truth. Do you have an inkling as to who the informant might have been? Logically speaking, a bombshell of this magnitude points to the actions of a Ravage defector. However, taking into account the skill required to convey the info to us, they must be adept. At any rate, this is as far as our knowledge regarding Kia goes. I'd appreciate it if you believe me. Understood. Thanks for answering us honestly. Now then, does this conclude your questioning? Yes, for the moment. I appreciate your cooperation. Do you mind if I give the department an outline of what we discussed? Do as you like, my friend. By the way, Detective Fappings, what's up? I'll be honest with you, this raid was far beyond what I thought Ravage was capable of. I was under the impression that I was fully cognizant of Ravage's strength connected to patterns. Yet they were able to pull off such a brazen attack on us in their weakened state. They splendidly surpassed all my expectations. I must say, I am unbelievably excited for what's to come. I cannot recall a moment in the last few years where a situation didn't proceed in the way I had planned. I can finally wield my intellect to crush my foes without remorse. This truly is an indescribable joy. Dude, chill out. You're unbelievable. Do not think for 1 second that I will allow the police to ruin my fun. Although you're special, so I'll grant you a unique opportunity, so to speak. Will you be able to broker a resolution between both groups before HAOA begins its all-out retaliation? I'll be eagerly awaiting your next move. Well, that was something. They gave us plenty of useful information to work with, but I can't believe they suggested the high possibility of a full-blown conflict. If things keep heating up the way they have, then it's about to get real messy. We're screwed if they decide to have a firefight in the middle of town. Additionally, we have to consider the possibility that Heiwei may call for reinforcements. Military action may be imminent. It sounds like we have a bit of time still, judging by what Cal said. At any rate, we can't leave Ravish unchecked any longer. We need to start looking into it before Heiwei mobilizes their forces. I agree. Shall we visit each of the districts and question the citizens? No, we don't have enough time. I think it's time we go straight to the source. Let's go get our answers from Ravish directly. You're kidding, right? We may have been there once before, but still. That was before the incident at the auction. Are we not acting too recklessly? Yeah, I can't imagine they'd overlook anything outside of Kia's case. There's something else I'm concerned about, though. What may that be? Garcia's movements. We've quarreled with him before, but he never seemed the type to be reckless. I was under the impression that he had a strong command over his subordinates. I'm pretty sure I first heard of him when he was commanding officer of Zephyr. Didn't think he'd order his men to launch an assault on Heiwei like that. While there's a chance he ordered the attack on Heiwei, it's entirely possible that his subordinates acted independently. I'd certainly like to get to the bottom of this. I agree. It'd be a good idea to search for clues around their base. Do you guys want to head there now? We don't have a choice, do we? As long as we remain outside of the perimeter, the level of risk will be low. Let's go and have ourselves a little stakeout. Alright, we're gonna do that. Right now, actually. Oh, there is an event with Grace at the bar. I thought there was. I guess not yet. Just like I thought, there are more guards posted here than usual. They're looking way more pissed than I was expecting too. Impatient, excited, vigilant, anxious. I'm feeling a giant cluster of those emotions radiating from them. There's no mistaking it, they must be on high alert for any retaliation from Heiwei. This isn't going to be easy. For now, ascertaining Garcia's movement should be. What the hell do you think you're doing here? Garcia Rossi. Damn, that monster managed to conceal his presence. Huh, it's you guys. Do you have the audacity to show your faces around here after all the shit you've put us through? I won't make any excuses. Our deal with you only concerns Kia and Kia alone. Then we're understood. If you use our deal as an excuse to come waltzing into our territory, I'm gonna beat the ever-loving hell out of you. Well, aren't we a dangerous old dude? I'm fully aware of why you're snooping around. However, you won't be obtaining a single word out of me on that matter. If you understand, then get lost. Grace is pretty hot. Damn. Please just tell me one thing. If, hypothetically, you were to attack an armed enemy stronghold, would you attack from the vanguard, leaving everything to brute strength? Huh. An upstanding geeker like myself would never adopt such a poor strategy. I'd wait until the conditions were favorable and wreak the most havoc while minimizing casualties. Wouldn't you do the same, son of the war god? Don't you ever call me that again. But yes, that's how Jaegers operate. Is that so? Thank you, I appreciate the answer. You're strange, kid. But anyway, you'd better not come in here unprepared, you hear me? I promise you'll be torn to shreds. This entire situation feels a little off to me. They're tense, yet they seem dejected, as if they've been weakened. So it wasn't just me then. I didn't have the nerve to say it. I couldn't sense any bloodlust from him, though. They expressed signs of fatigue. I can relate with them on that front. What in the world happened to Ravash? Damn. Doesn't suit them, making faces like that. Wouldn't you guys like to know the reason for their glum faces? Grace. Woman, you have a knack for appearing in the most random places, don't you? What can I say? My reporter's spirit guides me to the juiciest of scoops. The juiciest of cocks. Anyway, let's proceed with the usual give and take session, shall we? Sounds kind of lewd. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that one. All right. I'll be anxiously awaiting your arrival at the jazz bar. You know, it's kind of funny. I didn't think Grace was that hot, but after streaming this game a lot more, I find her pretty attractive. Yeah. How should we proceed? If she plans to talk, we'll hear her out. We should be cautious around her. I don't want us accidentally leaking anything to her. Duly noted. Oh, look who's finally arrived! Sudden, I know, but do you all have any tidbits about the Hayway raid you're willing to share? I'm sure Cal showered you with all sorts of delightful details over at his office. Quick to the punch, aren't you? Actually, how are you even aware we visited Hayway? Well, if you must know, I found out this morning as I was about to ask Cal some questions. I saw old Duddles barge in. Right as I was wondering what's up with that, you all entered after him. Then once Dudley left with his partner and that classic scowl on his face, you came out looking mighty worried. With that kind of look covering your mug, I'd be shocked if you didn't hear anything. You're deceptively sharp. Were that obvious? Still, Grace, I think you know better than anyone that we can't casually disclose info about an open investigation. Of course I know that, you silly goose. That's why I propose a bit of give and take. After all, aren't you dying for some details on Garcia Rossi? Well, always the problem at dangling the bait right under our noses, eh? To put the cherry on top, I might have some news about that so-called auction too. Whispers say Ravash screwed the pooch and incurred the wrath of the speaker. Surely you want to know how those two matters might be related, no? Alright, I'll bite. However, everything about Cal is strictly off the record, got it? I can't stress that enough, Grace. Oh, I see. So the situation is more dire than I thought. Yeah, unfortunately it is. As things stand, both groups seem to be trying to involve the public, if that's any consolation, but... Well, no matter which way you cut it, this raid was too abrupt to be a coincidence. Ignoring that it happened in the dead of the night, a raid near our news agency? Not to mention it was right down the street from the illustrious IBC. Sounds like this decision was a little rushed, right? Yes, that's true. If things went south, this incident could have shaken the continent, destroying Crossbell's reputation as Zamura's trade capital. You have a point there. That also might take the info I got my mitts on not necessarily false. This info you got your hands on. Are you willing to share it now? Okay, fine, it's my turn now, eh? You see, this whole fiasco originated from inside the Mafia. Lately, I've been hearing rumors that Garcia Rossi's control over his goons has been, well, lacking. Is that even possible? Yeah, I'm having a hard time buying that. I can't imagine subordinates to find that monstrous old geezer. Well, you could choose to believe it or not. I'm just saying maybe it's possible that the incident in the downtown district and the gunning for Maine's rights might not have been on Garcia's orders. It seemed like some of the mafiosos on the lower rungs were looking to climb up. If Cloud inside Ravache is what those rookies were after, then that would explain them stepping out of line and getting busted. Please, coming back up seconds, you're saying that last night's raid was carried out by junior members of the Mafia. Given the scale of the attack, I personally lean towards no, but considering all that's happened, you could hardly blame Garcia for his big outburst earlier, right? True, there wasn't a sign of his little entourage anywhere. Does that mean just by controlling Ravache from the inside, he's still having issues? But what is the Don doing during all this? According to what I've been able to gather, Marconi is desperately trying to atone for his giant blunder at the auction. Naturally, he's buttering up Speaker Hartman, who is left less than pleased at Michelin. He's even trying to lure more influential figures of Crossbell into his fold. Influential figures? Who exactly? Cutting right to the chase? Well, simply put, it's Republican faction D8 members. I've heard he's met with the CGF commander too. Really, is he attempting to suppress Hayway's political influence in Crossbell? And maybe meeting with the CGF commanders related to Ravache's weapon smuggling? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Gotta recall, though, that Moranova commander is also one of Speaker Hartman's cronies. Since the commander is in Marconi's pocket, I reckon he's using him to win back the Speaker's favor. Bingo, that's what I was thinking too. I knew a nice chat with you guys would help me get all my thoughts in order. Haha, score! This turned out to be quite a fruitful little info swap. I hate to admit it, but it's been helpful for us as well. In fact, now that we've sifted through all of our details, I still feel like there's something we're missing. Care to elaborate? We've been able to arrive at a convincing motive behind each action thus far, but they're all haphazard, like they aren't acting as one singular organization. I felt like Ravache had a particular style to their operations, characteristic of the darkness that lies in the city. But in these cases, I just don't feel it. So that's what you mean. Now that you mention it, I'm inclined to agree. An efficient system created to take advantage of the mirror reserve known as Crossbell. For an organization such as Ravache to deviate from that system is highly irregular. So in other words, there's an element to this case that threw Ravache out of whack. Something like that. Right, it's just a gut feeling though. Cal's description made it sound like these raiders were who attacked Hayway possessed unnatural amounts of strength too. It's possible that could be the reason behind Garcia's strange attitude. Wow, I should have expected this from you, Lloyd. You're a sharp kid, aren't you? Hey, if you get canned, how about joining me at the Crossbell Times? We could aim for the Pulitzer Prize together. I'll have to pass, and for the record, I'd appreciate it if you didn't make me worry more than I have to. Remind me again, what's the Pulitzer Prize thing she's so up in arms about? That's the international award given to the most prestigious journalist of the year. Excuse me for 1 second. Yes, this is Lloyd Fappings of the Special Support Section. I managed to get through, it's me. Bixen over from Maine's. Oh, the mayor, what's going on? Is there some sort of problem regarding Gantz? Well, you see, I'm at the Barcia casino at the moment. He started acting strangely, so I decided to call you. Strangely. What exactly do you mean? He's been engaged in a poker match with another customer for quite some time now. The atmosphere has gotten kind of severe. It might actually get violent. Anyway, could you come over and quickly and help sort this out? Understood, sir. But Barca Casino, right? We're close by, so we'll be there shortly. Okay, I'm counting on you. Maine's mayor. You mentioned something about the casino, Lloyd. Yeah, apparently Gantz might be getting into some sort of violent situation. Seriously? Did he somehow provoke his opponent during a match? With Gant's ego and crazy luck, I could totally see it happening. Well, we better hurry on over and assess the situation. Alright, off to Marco we go. What? What's the matter? Well, Grace, it's just that it takes too long to explain. Let's just head to the casino for now. Alright. And there's actually Grace walking with us here. Okay. I'll be honest with you, this whole section here with the investigation is far worse than I recall it being. I don't know, like, compared to Sky and Cold Steel, right? Like, those games, like, I feel like those games, like, even during parts where you were performing investigations, there was a lot of really great characterization that helped dull those times, but in Crossbell, like, it just feels like I'm watching like Law and Order or something. It's like very dull, dry dialogue. I'm pretty like I honestly kind of doubted my reasons for disliking Crossbell like for a long time because of how much praise it gets, right? But like now that I've streamed it and since I'm streaming the game, right? Like, I'm having to pay a lot more attention to reading dialogue than I normally do when just playing a game, right? Because I'm like reading it all out loud. Like, this is far worse than I recall it being, which is really funny. Like, I really struggle to like understand why people like this game so much, because there's like almost no redeeming there's like I have a really hard time scrounging this game for any redeemable qualities. It's like really difficult. Oh, you came. Praise be to Adios. I think a fight is about to break out. Quickly take us to where Gans is playing, sir. Of course. He's in the middle of a private match in the back room. Oh shit, boys, it's the back rooms. We don't have time to waste. Gans could blow at any second. Huh? Wasn't Gans the one provoking his opponent? Need the spunk? 9, 10, Jack, Queen, and King. A straight flush of diamonds, baby. I actually really like that art on the cards there. Try to beat this hand. You can't. God, are you kidding me? Wasn't expecting you to pull out a hand that strong on our last round. Oh, this is my true talent. You tied one too many games using those tricky hands of yours, but that's coming to an end. Come on, show us your hand. Might as well give up while you're at it too. The back rooms. Huh? Are you feeling okay, man? Who said anything about losing? Are you kidding me? The only way you would be able to beat me is with a royal straight flush. There's no way you could have. And that's where you're wrong, pal. What? A 5 of a kind and they're all aces? I can't believe what I've seen today. What hands beat a royal straight flush usually depends on the rules, but rules or no rules, it's obvious that this blows your straight flush out of the water. What? Don't screw with me, you damn cheat. Drake, you're his accomplice, aren't you? Well, screw you too. I assure you, I'm nothing of the sort. I swear upon Adios herself. And during my careful observation of the match, I saw nothing that suggests Mr. Arundel was cheating. God, how the hell am I supposed to buy that crap? I've got luck and intuition on my side. I'm supposed to be unstoppable. There's no way I can lose to this jackass. Sir, please calm yourself. Dude, seriously, take a chill pill. Poker is just a game of luck after all. All it means is that your luck has run out, bud. Ahem, Mr. Arundel. I refuse to believe this crap. Gambling should be a piece of cake after using that stuff. Gantz, look out! There's no way in hell I can lose. Ah, let go of me, damn it. You have to calm down, Gantz. Sorry, I gotta take a screenshot of this, sorry. What's with this insane strength? Stop this madness, Gantz. Well, if it isn't my favorite pals, how's it hanging? I don't know what I was expecting. How can one man be so suspicious? It's unfathomable. Quite the class clown we got here, and acquaintance of yours guys. Sorta, not like we know squat about him though. Well, hold the phone. A 5 of a kind versus a straight flush? What the hell even happened here? It was a real nail biter, Randy. I was on the verge of losing everything. I could barely keep up with this. At least we were able to neutralize the threat before anyone was hurt. Let go of me, damn it! Let me go! I can't lose! I can't lose! Oh, sweet God, how could such a thing have happened? He may have not been the hardest worker, but he was a kind man. There's not a soul in Maine who disliked him. Mayor Brixton, I don't know what to say. For a nice guy, he was pretty violent for a sec there. Hell, I wasn't expecting that the both of us would have to hold him down. Yeah, I couldn't believe how ridiculously strong he was. Listen, guys, this just might be my impression, but you think the guy could have been on some kind of drugs? Pardon me. What is the basis for that assessment? You kidding? Judging by their silence, I think Lloyd and Tio seem to agree with me. Agree is a strong word. I don't want to say anything unsubstantiated, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. We can't rule it out. That's preposterous. Gantz on drugs? I refuse to believe it. He's just an ordinary miner. You hear me? There's no way he'd be able to get a hold of such a dangerous... Sorry, sir, but hasn't it been almost half a month since he arrived in Crosswell City? Keep in mind that he earned quite a bit of mirror during his stay too. Can you say for certain that he couldn't take advantage of that wealth? I won't stand for this slander. You mentioned that you're a Crosswell Times journalist, correct? Know that if you write some libel piece based on pure speculation, I will lead Maines and people in protest. Oh, come on. Take it easy for a second. I don't plan on writing an article on this, mister. Would you do us a favor, Mayor Brixton? I'd like to go through Gantz's personal belongings if that's alright with you. You too? I don't intend to imply anything, sir, but there are too many coincidences piling up here. His sudden violence, that inhuman strength, the complete change in personality. All of these aspects are eerily similar to past cases. And in Gantz's case, we also saw an absurd development in his gambling skills. Might be because he took some stimulants to boost his perception or something. That explains his freakish attitude, his freakish intuition. People kept telling us how it was like he could read people's minds, you know. It's entirely possible. I can only speculate that if I were to gamble, I would likely be more adept than your average person. Tio. Sorry, Tuta. You know I didn't mean it look like that. I'm aware, don't worry. Mayor Brixton, I understand you wish to keep Mr. Gantz's reputation intact. However, please envision the scenario where he's in fact consuming drugs. If the situation were to remain unhandled, it could pose a threat to himself and to others. That may be. I can think of a bunch of possible side effects that might crop up. Same here, and that's exactly what we need to be scared of. Very well, I fear I might have been I might have been slightly inconsiderate. Go ahead, Lloyd. Thank you, sir. This is what I was afraid of. Pills. Goddess, no! So our theory was spot on. Pretty shade of blue, but what the heck is it? We can't rule out the possibility that it's harmless medicine yet. Maybe he has some kind of chronic disease we don't know about. Did he ever mention anything about that, sir? From all my interactions with him, no. Of course, I can't say for sure. Interesting. Would you mind if we hold on to these pills for now? Please do. Listen, though. I beg you, do not spread this around for Gans' sake. Of course, sir. We'll make sure to take his reputation into consideration. Also, could we leave him with you? Yes, I'll take care of him. I'll try to speak with him once he wakes up. Thanks, that'd be great. Now we have suspicions of an illegal drug circulating throughout Crossbell, eh? Certainly didn't see that one coming. Really? I would have thought that the Mafia was big into the drug trade. The contrary, actually. Illegal drugs hardly ever show up in Crossbell. Drugs are messy business, you know? One misstep and they'll spread to neighboring countries like the plague. I've heard the 1st Division monitors them closely thanks to pressure from Araboni and Calvert. So I guess Ravache is smart enough to read the room on that one. I suppose it makes sense. Yeah, they made sure to cover that back at the police academy. Another shot that I have to take a screenshot of. Still, something about these pills. It really is a lovely shade of blue, isn't it? Sure, but they're still suspicious as hell. Something wrong, Tio? No, it's nothing. More importantly, what do you intend on doing with these pills, Lloyd? Good question. I'm thinking this case is too much for us to handle alone. For now, let's go talk with the chief. Yes, he may know what to do. While we're at it, we should give our report on the Hayway raid. We got mafias fighting each other and a chance of illegal drugs now too, eh? Get ready, guys. I'm feeling like things are about to get pretty busy around here. Ain't that the truth? You know, I've only known you guys for about 4 months, but I'm starting to think you've matured a lot since we first met. You think? What's with the sun praise? Flattery will let you know we are. I hope you know. No, I'm serious. I've got some pretty high expectations now. Almost as high as the ones I had for your brother, Lloyd. You know, I don't think I've ever got a straight answer from the last time you brought up Guy. So, did you know my brother Grace? Oh yeah, back when I was still a newbie at CNS. He helped me out more times than I could count. And in the end, his case went cold. At the very least, I'm happy that the team he wished for finally became a reality. What? What do you mean, Grace? Oopsies, Sergey might get angry at me if I say too much. Anyway, I've got an event to cover, so I'm going to have to head on out. Oh, and I will write any articles about the drug stuff, as tempting as it is. Bye, everyone. Where'd she get off teasing us like that and just walking away? Another addition to the pile of things we have to think about. It's beginning to exceed capacity. Are you concerned about what she told us, Lloyd? Oh well. Even if it's concerning Guy, I don't really have time to think about it. The Hayway raid, the Motivation's current situation, and now these blue pills. We have a lot on our plate. For now, let's postpone what Grace told us and ask the chief about how we should proceed. Understood? Hopefully he has some ideas for us. Alright then, back to the SS. So there are some optional scenes that we can view first, where you get some extra DP. Let's go to the let's go talk to Wald. Oh wait, no, to the Ignis. I mean, not talk to Wald specifically. Who is Slash? Oh yep, there we go. The hell's the matter with Dino? Huh? But it was one-on-one, and Wald told us to quit your bitching. You think I could just ignore this? Something happened, guys? Yeah, you could say that. Dino, that idiot. Dino challenged one of our leaders, Jed, to a fight. It was totally insane, too. They kept trading blows until it was decided by an elbow to the jaw. He's just a newbie and he managed to somehow take down Jed? Impossible, I'll never forgive that bastard. Damn. Wall's pretty considerate, huh? Where is Risha? She's probably in a room somewhere. Alright, she's somewhere here. Hey, Ply? Doesn't Nicole seem a little bit different lately? Well, you notice it too. I've been getting some weird vibes from him. It's as if he's a completely different person. Excuse me, is everything okay? Oh, the police officers have arrived. Is something serious? We were just conversing about Nicole. Right, apparently Nicole's been engaged in some special training lately. It's paying off, too. His technique and strength have improved considerably. The strange thing is, his personality seems to have changed as a result. Huh, you think his personality has gone haywire? Well, I suppose it's possible. How often do people completely change overnight, though? I wonder about that. I think people can change as long as they are motivated to do so, however. I'm sure Nicole must have had a life-changing experience like that. I wish they made these required. Alright. Let's go up this house here. Father. Huh? What's wrong? It's nothing. It's just that for the last little while, Father's been acting. Haha, you goddamn morons. What has happened to Father? He seems really off me for some reason. Oh, is he that stockbroker? I think he is. I'm not sure. Let's go talk to Sergey now. You're late. Interrogating Haywave really take you that long? No, actually, we may have just stumbled into another case. But we'll include it in the unusual report along with the detail on the Hayway raid. Chief. Sorry, was it too convoluted after all? No, that's not it. It's just this series of events. I'm starting to think it all might be connected. You do? Seriously? How do you figure that? There's been way too many strange things happening in Crossbow lately, and I know that things may still take a turn for the worse. But I want us to try to connect the dots. Better buckle up, Lloyd. We're going to need those detective skills you've been honing if you want to get anywhere with this. Yes, Chad Lloyd. Sure, leave to me. Today we were able to discover roughly 3 pieces of key evidence. The info we've heard from Cal about the raid on Hayaway, the intel we exchanged with Grace about the current state of Vervache, and everything we learned from Gans, the miner of Mains. So there has to be something that ties these 3 things together, right? You know, I'm not there just yet, but I'm starting to see the big picture here. For now, let's sort through what we know. Which element of the info regarding the raid on Hayaway can be tied to the others? Which element of the info regarding Vervache can be tied to the others? Which element of the info regarding Gans can be tied to the others? This has to be it. You think these factors overlap? They're certainly suspicious, that's for sure. I think so, Ellie. If we take a closer look, we can see certain things linking the cases. The enhanced strength displayed by the mafiosos who raided Hayaway, Gans and his spontaneous gambling skills. They may seem independent of each other, but they both deal with the augmentation of their hidden potential. Now suppose we say that the connecting factor in all of this are these blue pills. The Mafia must have started acting as the distributor for these illegal drugs, and the general public weren't the only ones affected by them. Vervache must have been using them to strengthen its henchmen. Is that the general idea, Lloyd? Yeah, more or less, but in the end, it's still just another theory. However, if that's how it is, wouldn't it explain a lot? Maybe that's why Garcia's influence has started to wane. So a bunch of those mafiosos took the drugs to toughen up, and as a result, it gave them all big egos. Is that it? Nicely put, everyone. By the way, recall the rumors Ian told us about yesterday? Of course, the trader and that stockbroker. You think those two are already under the influence of the pills? Who could say? At this point, that's nothing more than pure speculation. However, things are beginning to come together piece by piece. You feel the same way, don't you? Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, actually. Well, if I'm being honest, I don't think the special support section will be able to handle a case of this size. We might even have to call the first division for support, given that the incidents revolve around the distribution of illegal drugs. Huh. Perfect timing, Lloyd. Perfect timing. Where are you? Oh, I found you. What's wrong, Kia? Are you getting hungry? Nope, not yet. I brought a visitor. He's super grumpy, but he said he really needed to talk to you. Grumpy. It's really funny voice line. Oh, the Detective Dudley. You're late. Apologies, Sergey. Investigation meeting ran a bit long. If we're having our usual discussion, you don't mind if we go ahead and begin, right? Sounds good to me. Fill a minute too, if you don't mind. I don't exactly have the time for jokes, Sergey. This isn't something rookies should know about, and actually, I think the info they found will end up being pretty useful to you and your investigation. Come on, it won't take any time at all. Are you insane? Then again, I did leave the Hayway investigation to the special support section. Perhaps it should be fine then. No, what in the world am I saying? Chief. If we're that much of a bother, we could just leave the room. That won't be necessary. They don't call Dudley the ace of the first division for nothing, after all. I'm sure he realizes what he needs in a situation like this. You win this time, Sergey. Listen up. The info I'm about to disclose is strictly confidential. It does not leave this room, otherwise there will be consequences. Got it? Yeah, that won't be a problem. Ooh, is this a secret? I love secrets. Tell me too. Kia, that's not a great idea. There should be some leftover candy in the kitchen. Why don't you go share some with Zeit, okay? Can Zeit eat candy? The first division is being pressured from the inside. Well, it's not quite as simple as that, fappings. After the raid on Hayway, we received orders to devote all of our resources to quell any disputes between the Mafia. So recently we had to call it quits on our investigation into the mystery drugs circulating throughout Crossbell. Really? The first division was investigating the blue pills too? Indeed, it's been a few days since the decision was made now. Frankly, I'm shocked that you were able to uncover as much as you did. Oh, dog's candy? Oh, that's pretty... I actually had no idea. How exactly did the first division find out about the drugs in the first place? We were tipped off about them by a longtime informant of ours. Of course, we couldn't act on his word alone, so we did some digging of our own. And from what we could gather, it just seemed like a silly urban legend. I mean, a medicine that grants wishes and can bestow happiness. Nevertheless, we couldn't ignore drug trafficking allegations, and we're in the middle of compiling a list of involved citizens before it was put on ice. What? Why are you all looking at me like that? Looks like we hit the jackpot. Show 'em, Lloyd. Yes, sir. What? Take a look at this, detective. No. Impossible. Oh, these what I think they are? We found them on a certain source during our investigation today. We were allowed to keep them on the condition that we protect their identity. Damn it all! So it is real. And you're saying that's possible that Ravesh is the distributor? Dudley, about the order to stop the drug investigation. Any idea who made the call? It had have to have been someone high up. Our chief didn't agree with the decision, but he enforced it nonetheless. What a mess. Wait a moment, please. Does that mean someone high on the CPD's chain of command gave it to the Mafia's demands? That's unbelievable. Come on, how low can you go? The situation appears quite grave. Hey, Dudley. It's clear that you came to me because you don't trust the department brass. That being said, what's your move? To be honest, I didn't intend to do anything about the drug investigation. If any of us were to take action, our bosses would do whatever they could to interfere. But as a member of the police, it'd be too frustrating to let this go. Detective Dudley. Easy then. Leave the investigation to the special support section. Everyone, listen up. From here on out, the SSS will be informally collaborating with the 1st Division. You four will take over their investigation into these drugs in their stead, since they currently have their hands tied. Yes, sir. Understood. And in return, we'll get every bit of intel from the 1st Division has about Ravesh. Sound fair? Are you mad? Regardless of the circumstances, we can't just go handing out top secret intelligence. Can't say I particularly care, Dudley. You're stuck in a stalemate and you know it, but by all means, do whatever strikes your fancy. Stubborn as ever. Fine. You can have whatever info your grubby hands want. Glad we could come to an agreement. Oh, so we're doing the 1st Division's work for RM now, is that it? I can feel the superiority washing over me already. Yikes, yeah, never mind. Let's not jinx ourselves, Randy. Whatever. Alright, you gave my permission to handle the drug investigation. How do you actually plan on proceeding, though? About that, we already hold the key in our hands. All we have to do is figure out how the drug is what the drug is made of somehow. Not a bad start. Do you have any idea of how to determine that? Who to go to? Based on that, based on what we know, we could assume that this is a new, never-before-seen drug. Using the forensic tools back at HQ is out of the question, as I have no experience with them and would easily be caught. Well, there goes that idea. You know, maybe we should just ask the medical college for assistance. You must be talking about that doctor, right, Lloyd? You're talking about Saint Ursula. Right, we know a doctor there who specializes in pharmaceutical research, actually. I've heard nothing but good things about his work. So there might be a good chance that he could figure out the drug's composition. That's a stroke of good luck. And it might be our best option. If you can, could you put together a report of the First Division's intel and send it to us by the end of the day? I want them to decide how to approach the investigation for themselves. Fine, I'll send it over as soon as I can. Well, then I should go. Thank you for your cooperation, Sergey. Likewise. Oh, and don't forget to give them well wishes too. Ugh. Listen well, you four. If you do anything stupid, this entire situation might nosedive, understand? Notwithstanding your investigation into the drugs, leave dealing with the Mafia to the First Division. Stay close to the ground, behave, and most importantly, don't get in our way. Yeah, got it. Jeez, that goof just can't be honest with his feelings. Anger is one way of hiding one's embarrassment, is it not? Maybe so. Also, he has a stronger sense of justice than I initially presumed. Yeah, I think we could trust him. I'd vouch for him. Hell, most of the First Division is driven by diligence and their distaste for injustice, same as Dudley. Sadly, most of them are sticklers for the rules, making them pretty obstinate. So, are you going to head to Saint Ursula right away? That's the plan, at least. Well, if we have some time, I'm sure we'll try to knock out a few support requests. After all, we didn't have time to leave the city this morning. Sounds like it's about to get busy. I say we just tackle the requests little by little as the day goes on. Glad to see you're all ready to go. Now I know we're cooperating with the First Division, but don't get too excited. Just do things as you usually do. Show me that you're capable of cracking the mystery behind these drugs. Understood. Oh boy, has a lot of fucking dialogue. We do have two new quests actually. Search for an important person. Ah, jeez. And flowers for resting places. Alrighty. So, let's see here. Okay, so let's start with this first quest here. Let's do the search for an important person. It's at Residential Street. This is the house of the representative from Campbell who sent the request. We're searching for someone important, right? It sounded like the representative was freaking out. Hey, doesn't Ellie's Gramps live around these parts too? Do you happen to know this Campbell guy? Well, about as much as fellow neighbors would know each other. Representative Campbell is an ambitious man. He's so driven by his passion for politics that he often brushes aside everything else. I see. That matches the way I had envisioned him in my head. Either way, he's requesting our assistance. Let's try asking him about it if he's home. Unbelievable. What a foolish thing to do. We must find a way to retrieve her, Representative Campbell. Excuse me, gentlemen, we're here regarding the support request. Are you the CPD's something or other section? What a relief! We were becoming so desperate that we'd be willing to scrape the bottom of the barrel. Just a moment. Are you not Ellie, Mary McDowell's granddaughter? Why have you come with them? It's been some time, Representative. As it stands, I am currently employed by the CPD. I visit you as a detective of the SSS today. Is that the case? So be it. I suppose the mayor is neutral. Nothing to be concerned about then. But Representative, the Imperial faction's cunning members rely only on underhanded tactics. What if they catch wind of this incident? I'm guessing this could blow up into a major political fallout, AL? It's possible. Talking to the members always makes me feel uncomfortable. Excuse me, Representative Campbell. Could you describe the situation to us in great detail? You have a troubled look on your face. I seen the support request seeking assistance in searching for an important person. Right you are. I've run into a bit of a snag. I suppose I have no choice but to explain the situation to you. You know, I don't recall this side quest at all. I don't remember this. But let me make one thing clear to you. This is a politically sensitive matter. The Republican faction has been placed into a difficult situation. This must remain strictly confidential. Understood? We will promise to keep this under wraps. So we swear to remain silent about the investigation, Representative. Very well then, listen up. A certain member of our faction has disappeared. Could you elaborate? It so happens to be my very own daughter. She has run away from home along with our maid. This dude's still acting pompous after his daughter pieced out? By daughter, are you referring to Carla? We were classmates in Sunday school. Huh. That's actually kind of interesting. Ah, really? Well, the representative and his daughter have never been on particularly good terms. Their relationship seems to be entirely comprised of petty arguments. However, the timing couldn't be worse. Our main supporter, Hayway, was raided this morning. Dealing with the aftermath has been cumbersome. Dealing with that utterly foolish daughter of mine. I would normally leave her to her own devices during a hectic period like this. However, recent reports have shown the Mafia spats becoming more dangerous. It's far too dangerous to leave two girls wandering around on their own. Yeah, I'd be worried about your daughter's well-being if I were you too. Not only that, but if this were to become publicized, the Imperial faction could use its ammunition against me. You can't put your guard down during the Diet, so I'd prefer to avoid any scandals. And with that, I request you, the SSS, to discreetly apprehend and return my daughter to me. It all comes down to protecting his reputation, then. Suppose that's how these bigwigs think. I already assumed as much. I'm sure he's at least somewhat concerned for her. There's a fair chance his daughter might be in harm's way. Agreed. We understand we understand the situation, sir. We accept your request to search for your daughter. Oh, thank you, Dios. Bring her back immediately. I can't promise we'll be able to do it quickly, but we'll look at your daughter and provide protection until we've safely brought her home. Very well, I suppose I'll leave it to you then. Proceed however you like. I believe his daughter left a note in her room. That note may prove useful towards your investigation. Thank you for letting us know. We'll take a look at it then. All right. So there's a lot of extra DP that you're able to earn in this quest. Looks like she left her message in this notebook. Let's see what it says. I've had enough of you, Father. Feel free to do as you like, just as I intend to do now. Carla. P.S. I brought the maid with me. If you're bothered that your meals will no longer be made for you, then I'm glad. Fucking got him. Where do we even begin? Classic case of the apple not falling far from the tree. She's not any less selfish than him. Representative Campbell is the type to put his work ahead of his home life. And now that I think about it, Carla would often complain about her father in Sunday school. I wouldn't be surprised if a sudden falling out caused her to run away from home. However, the notebook fails to provide a clue about where we should begin the search. The only detail given was that she ran away from home by her own volition. Based on her note, I think it'd be fair of us to assume something. She must have run away unexpectedly. As Ellie mentioned, the sudden falling out may have caused her to run away. She was pretty angry too, based on the note. I would consider that a reasonable deduction. I figure if she planned this whole thing out, the note would have been longer and filled with more resentment. How long ago do you think she ran away from home? I hope it hasn't been too long. Our search will be much more difficult if she's gone far. Well, it's possible for us to tell with the info we have at this time. Let's try to get some more info from the representative before we come to any conclusions. Let's get our shovels, because we're about to dig up some dirt. Shall we return here to summarize the details once we've finished? Alright, back to him. God, I'm getting tired of talking. During the Diet meeting and the Hayway incident, this morning was absolutely exhausting. I had even more appointments in this afternoon, so I came to rest home for a bit. When I did, I couldn't find my daughter or her maid anywhere. I became suspicious when I saw a note she left behind, because she's the defiant type. I doubt he'd have any idea as to where she would go. Alright. The Representative Campbell runs a strict household. For instance, he'll force small rules like everybody to having to eat the breakfast together. It's actually quite obvious that his daughter despises such trivialities. I see. His suffocating nature could be the reason behind their discord. And despite that, she still adhered to his rule and joined him for breakfast. How am I privy to such knowledge? I ate breakfast with them, of course. Now that we have info, shall we return to Carla's room and continue to analyze for further clues? Yeah? Good plan to you. How long ago do you think she ran away from home? I hope it hasn't been too long. Our search will be much more difficult if she's gone too far. Good question. Going by what the representative has told us, they probably left. She was present for breakfast, but she had left by the afternoon. I think it's safe to conclude that she departed sometime in the morning. We should still be able to catch up with her. Still, we don't know where the hell she ran off to, though. Think we should ask her friends about it? Maybe they got a clue or two for us. No, I don't think we have the time for that. If we consider their circumstances, there's certainly a chance their place she would have visited. We know she left this morning without having planned to. Considering that, there's one place in particular she likely had to have visit. The IBC, right? Makes sense to me. Our escapee probably needs some dough for her getaway. Suppose that's the most logical step she would take, eh? If she suddenly left, then she wouldn't have much time to speak. The IBC certainly is a possibility. Shall we depart for the IBC then? She may still be there. Yep, let's head there ASAP. Alright. But I went back here by accident. Do 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 do. Okay. I left the guy by accident here. I'm trying to find where I was up to again. Alright, here we go. Let's head over to the IBC now. Alright, we made it. Always feel like they're running a huge ass facility when we come here. I presume the representative's runaway daughter may have stopped here. Shall we inquire with the receptionist? Yes, let's ask Lon Fate to see if she knows anything about it. Hi again, Miss McDowell. Do you need help with anything? Hi, Lan Fei. I'm just here to ask you a quick question. Did a lady by the name of Carla stop by here today? I think she may have been here with a maid. Oh, I do seem to recall Carla coming by earlier. She told me she had urgent business to discuss with Miss Croy. With Belle. Miss Croy consented to it, so I directed her to the top floor. This all happened about an hour ago. Do you mind if we go and ask Maribel for some details? Truth be told, we're conducting an investigation. Oh yes, I think you should be okay to talk to her right now. I believe she's currently in the CEO's office. Thank you very much. Alright then, let's get cracking. Alright. I'm so sick of this. I've been stuck in meetings all day thanks to those rubbish buffoons. Fortunately enough, I don't think their little raid will affect our stock prices negatively. Grr, I almost want to kick down their door and demand compensation for all the hassle they've put me through. Your life never seems to get any easier. It's especially bad right now since Father is away at the moment. Oh yes, did you need something, Ellie? Judging by the crowd you've got with you, it doesn't seem to be a personal issue. Yes. There's something I have to ask you, Belle. Carla should have stopped by the IBC earlier today. Did you happen to see her? Oh, Carla. Oh yeah, she came here not too long ago. I'm acquainted with her, given that we're both in the upper echelons of Jesus. Given that we're both in the upper echelons of society. She claimed that she had an emergency and wished to speak with me directly. She proceeded to withdraw every last mirror from her savings account. Damn, we were right on the money. Why'd you have to speak directly to you for that, Maribel? You think the receptionist would have been able to handle her request just fine? As to do with the amount she withdrew, under normal circumstances, you have to fill out the appropriate paperwork. Today was an exception. As you might be able to surmise, I am unable to disclose the exact amount she withdrew. That said, it was in the hundreds of thousands of Mira. That is an exorbitant amount of money. The truth is, Carla is attempting to run away from home. We've been tasked with bringing her back safely. Do you know where she might have gone, Belle? Oh, well, that would explain her rash behavior. Well, judging by the amount she withdrew, I would assume she's planning to relocate to a foreign country. That could be it. Is it possible she has a destination in mind? Well, now that I think about it, I recall a conversation between her and her maid about sightseeing in Gransel. I believe Carla ordered a maid to make hotel reservations there. Yeah, that's the capital of the borough, right? I think it is. Gransel? Isn't that... Oh yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Isn't that Liberal's capital city? So she's ditching this drawing for Liberal. She must have departed for the airport then. We may be able to arrive on time if we proceed with haste. Let's notify the airport's receptionist. Right, we have to hurry. We're sorry to have bothered you. We appreciate your cooperation. See you later, Belle. Sure. They sure know how to keep them busy. Alright. Alright, let's go back outside. Let's head over to the airport. It's over here, I think, on Ursula Road. Yeah. Excuse me, do you have a moment? We have a bit of an emergency. Oh dear, what is it? You see, an individual by the name of Carla Campbell should have boarded an outgoing flight to Liberl. We were wondering, has that airship finished boarding yet? You said Carla Campbell. If you'll give me a moment, please. I'm terribly sorry, but Carla Campbell wasn't listed as a passenger. Are you positive? That's strange. I could have sworn that she was planning on taking this flight. Me too. There's only one flight scheduled today that's headed for Liberl, right? Correct, and if it hasn't departed yet... Pardon me. I knew it. You're the police, aren't you? Wait, aren't you, Marcia? One of the maids at Representative Campbell's mansion? Are you the maid that ran away with Carla? Yes, that's right. You see, Lady Carla never intended to go to Liberl in the first place. That was merely a rumor she spread to spread her father off her tracks. In actuality, she plans to live in the home of an acquaintance in the Republic. She's going to Calvert! Crap, she must have gone to the station then. If you hurry, you might make it in time. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. My lady has caused so much trouble for everyone. But if at all possible, please bring Lady Carla back home. Despite what she says, she doesn't really want to leave Crossbell. So she still got some regrets, huh? Well, time to roll. We'll bring her back for you, don't you worry. If she's Republic bound, the train will be departing in a matter of minutes. There's no time to waste then. Thanks, Marcia. You were a big help. Marcia, could you inform the representative of what's happened? You can leave bringing Carla back to us. Okay, please. I'm leaving Lady Carla in your hands. I don't recall this cyclist at all, honestly. Station Street. Doo-doo. Alright. It's somewhere here. Is it 1? Oh yeah, okay. Platform 1. The train bound for the Republic is now departing. If you are not boarding the train, then please step back to the center of the platform. Yo, hold up. Isn't that the train the representative daughter is riding? It seems like we still have a bit of time, so let's go board. Well, alright. I don't remember this fucking quest, man. We got that close. I wonder if we'll get in trouble for not following protocol. Officers should be allowed to board trains during emergencies, so we don't have to worry about that. However, the problem remains, what do we do now? The plan was to convince Carla to return home, correct? Yeah, well, we can't ride on this train forever, you know. And we still gotta drop off those drugs at St. Ursula, ain't that right? That's true. We haven't come this far to simply give up. Yeah, I know. The next stop is Altier, located at the western edge of Calvert. We should have about 30 minutes. Until then, let's keep trying to persuade her to come home. Roger, I'm no quitter. Alright, I hope our words can't get through to her. It's some Carla. Hey, finally found her. Now we just have to persuade her to return home. The odds of her listening to reason still seem slim. Don't tell me Marcia missed the train. I guess I'm all alone now. Can I handle this? Long time no see, Carla. Ellie, what are you? I mean, what a coincidence running to you here. Are these your friends? Are you planning to spend a day or two in the Republic? Aha, well, Carla, how should I start this? Yes, exactly. I thought it'd be fun to see the Republic's National Orchestra with everyone. Really, then we could accompany each other until we arrive at the Republican capital. I'm so thankful I ran into you, Ellie. Truth be told, I'm feeling a bit down. After all, I'm alone on this giant train and... Alright, it looks like we've lowered your guard. Why exactly are you here, Carla? Well, it's a long story. My father is always ordering me around, filling my life with rules and more rules. Once he doesn't even respect himself. And this morning was a perfect example of it. I will never forgive him for what he did. Which was... Well, whatever it was, sounds bad. After breakfast, he walked into my room without knocking. Huh? That's it? Of course it's not just that. What if I was changing? More importantly, Father's the one always lecturing me about how I should always knock. And even though he throws a fit when I forget to do so, this morning he calmly strode into my room, commanding me to do this and that, and to attend a dinner party in the evening, and... Ah, jeez. I'll drink some water here. He pries into every single small detail of my private life. It's like he can't do anything but that. I can relate with how she feels, but this is nothing more than a misunderstanding between father and daughter. How should we handle this? Then your father is in the wrong. I could sympathize with you, Carla. You think so too? I know leaving home was the right decision. Still, it's the first time I've ever left Crossbell. The only reason I decided to go through with this plan was because Marcia said she'd accompany me. I think I get the gist of this mess, but she still looks hesitant, right? She never had the strongest heart to begin with. Sure, she ran out of the house in a hurry, but I bet with every step she became more and more uneasy. Then she should almost be at her breaking point. I was wondering why I still hadn't seen Marcia. No, she wants to betray me, didn't she? Unacceptable. I specifically ordered her not to tell anyone. Please calm down, Carla. It's true that Marcia informed us of the situation, but that's only because she's worried sick about your safety. Despite what she says, she doesn't want to really leave Crossbell. Her word is not mine. Marcia, she really said that? I'm leaving Lady Carla in your hands. That was her farewell before we made our way to the station to find you. Well, I think it'd be best to have if you had another talk with your pops. Instead of running away, won't it feel better to say what you want to say to his face? You may be right. I started to think that there was no one at my side. But if Marcia is waiting for me, I don't mind returning home. Everyone, could you perhaps stay with me a little bit longer and let me get everything out of my system? And besides, I need to start thinking about what I should say to Father. Sure, we could do that. We should be near Altair, but we still have enough time on the ride back. If you want the company, we'd be glad to oblige. Phew, we're finally back. Well, various factors delayed our return. I'm sorry for the trouble I've caused. I truly thank you for listening to what I have to say. Please don't worry about it. Who's to say we can't handle consultations? you can count on the SSS to lend you an ear whenever you need it. Thank you. Aha. Huh, how dare you worry me at a time like this, you daft girl? Speak for yourself, father. You couldn't even bother to find me yourself, so you sent the police in your stead. Excuse me, lady Carla. My apologies. I was just so terribly worried. So you were in on it too, Marcia. Forgive me. I'm still mad at you, but thank you, Marcia. Will you return to my side? Of course, I'd be happy to. Oh, thank heavens! I think I finally made up my mind. I have a request, Father. You must knock every time you wish to enter my room. Every time, okay? In addition, you may no longer intrude upon my private life. And if you refuse, I'll be hopping back on that train and I won't look back. Fine. You have to stay home and behave yourself for a while first. So, are you honoring my request or are you refusing it? Well, I don't want to be rude to have another falling out. I'll accept your terms. So this is the power of that something or other section. For the time being, allow me to thank you for safely bringing my daughter home. However, not a word of this incident is to escape your lips to anyone. Am I understood? Yes, Your Majesty. Our lips are sealed, so we could rest easy. Fine then. We're leaving, Carla. You don't have to command me. Ellie, everyone, until we meet again. I can't thank you all enough for what you've done. Please feel free to drop by our house whenever you like. We'll welcome you with open arms. I guess that settles that. Even though that took forever, I'm glad we helped them out. Judging by their conversation, I think they will start working things out. What a relief. I hope you're right. I pray they'll be able to work out their differences. Anyway, Lloyd, we should get going now. There's still some requests we can finish up today. Yeah, good point. Shall we get to it, guys? Alright, cool. And there's one more thing I'm going to do for today's stream. We have a book to read. Let's head over. So actually, here in the station, if we talk to oh, it's actually over here, huh? Oh shit, no. Oh no, it's here. Cool. All right. I recall you guys. Weren't you heading over to Calvert? Do you for travel to work or something? Once I got adjusted for traveling by train, it started to become dull. So to kill time, I picked up reading. Actually, I finished this novel not too long ago. You should give it a read sometime. Alright, chapter 13 of Glenn. Prayer. Hey, what's wrong? Rufus shouted. Dr. Glenn, Sherry stared at him with worry. The other doctors also didn't understand the hesitation. The moment Glenn caught sight of the pounding heart, he recalled Katerina's surgery. 10 years ago, that surgery. Even then, it had seemed that the operation had been successful. Heart surgery is always highly dangerous, but Glenn, gifted with his talents, had succeeded in removing the crystallization tumor. The people participating watched as the color returned to the heart, believing it to be a success. However, they had been naive. The tumor was tied to the surrounding tissue, and removing it weakened the heart. When Glenn was closing her chest, a part of the heart tore open, causing a large hemorrhage, and she passed away. That fear returned in force when presented with the tumor in front of him. Glenn stiffened. His mind became pure white, and he could not focus on the procedure. Glenn! The powerful yell from his former friend sounded back to reality. Rufus had seized his lapels and was shaking him. Don't you think about anything else while operating? You must focus on Hugo's surgery. This boy, he believes in you. He believes in you. Glenn was taken aback. He looked at the sleeping boy. Thump, 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 thump. The heart pounded as if calling to Glenn. That's right. This isn't the time to be spacing out, Glenn thought. He took a short moment to compose himself and once again faced Hugo. Seeing this, Rufus let go and signaled him to continue the operation. Sherry sighed in relief. Rufus assumed the position. Sorry. Rufus assumed the position and opposite Glenn. It was time to perform the new technique. The tumor had a secret, with the exception of the central part that produces the toxin. It was almost completely harmless. In time, it would fuse with the heart and become indistinguishable from heart tissue. In other words, if the central part was removed, there was no need to remove the rest. That's why Katarina's surgery failed. Every time he realized this throughout his research, a rush of regret ate at his own heart. However, Sherry's words had turned his regrets into gratitude. His new technique existed entirely because of Katarina's sacrifice. Glenn briefly reflected on all of this. A heart and lung machine was connected, and drugs were administered to temporarily halt Hiko's heart. Rufus had made special orders for this cutting-edge technology. With the heart stopped, Glenn adjusted everything to take a closer look. Removing only the central part would require very precise hand movements. One wrong move and the heart would be injured, but if successful, they could safely remove the section, avoiding a repeat of Katarina's complications. Katarina, please lend your strength to Glenn, Sherry prayed internally. Glenn's scalpel approached the dark tumor. Sherry, Rufus, and the other doctors watched the tip attentively, holding their breaths. Fucking Christ. Let me take a quick screenshot of actually no, I probably shouldn't. Outside the room, Hugo's parents continued to pray to the goddess. Since the start of the operation, a considerable amount of time had passed and the weariness has reached its peak. Then the operating light turned off. Who appeared first was Glenn. Hugo's parents rushed toward his big frame in desperate hope. Glenn faced them and removed his mask. Behind it, his face was covered in a strong smile. Ayo! Alright, and I'm gonna end off the stream of Zero now. A lot of plot happened, but, you know, pretty sizable stream. Next time, we will be progressing here with Chapter 4 by doing some more side quests and doing some more plot, as per usual. So, see you guys later. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.